It's crazy because I'm always gonna remember my last IM norm, but I associate it to you because I remember that we won the tournament together. So quick story, but we both need to win our games. And who finished first? Was
Oh, I feel like when I
you?
finished, you were still in that queen end game, and it looked
Yeah,
like you were like slightly worse or something, and then like 2 seconds later, your opponent like hung his queen.
exactly. So I
It's brutal.
won with a basic skewer that like you would teach like your students, right? Like it's really a basic tactic that my opponent missed. So it was a miracle, basically. It was a perpet, and he just hung his queen while you flagged your opponent in a sort of equal, was it equal position or?
It was drawish at the end. I had like queen, bishop, and one pawn against like queen and four pawns. So it was very
Uh-huh,
drawish. But I think I was on the safer side because his king was kind of in danger. But yeah, we were
uh-huh.
both basically like worse for like the whole game.
Yes. And we pulled it off. I
Yeah,
cannot, still can't believe it. And with that norm, I remember you clinched the IM title, right? Did you already, have you
that's right.
crossed 2400 at that point?
Yeah, I crossed it live a little while back. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, basically it was confirmed pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. And that was, if I recall correctly, November 22nd, 2016.
2016, yeah.
And what I didn't know is that right after we started celebrating our norms with the people in the chess house in St. Louis, and at midnight, you told us, by the way, guys, it's my birthday. So that was the biggest, like the cherry on top. Like we didn't know, like you were so like why didn't you tell us? Like we would have bought so much more stuff, and but
Oh,
it was
that's
a really
funny.
really nice evening. So it was the best, I guess, one of your best birthday that you had. I guess it's hard to top that, right?
Yeah, no, I mean that was yeah, so you're right. I turned I think 24, yeah, at midnight. Well, I
Uh-huh.
mean the day could have been disappointing, of course, so I didn't want to like and the
Mhm.
previous time I played on my actual birthday, I lost um I lost the game on my birthday and then I lost the two games on the next day because it was actually my 21st birthday in St. Louis. So you can
Oh my.
imagine
Okay.
what the next day
So
was like.
you had some memories, and I guess when you went into that tournament, like before the tournament, did you have this in the back of your head? Oh my God, it's my birthday. I could become I am like on my birthday. Did you have that kind of
I think I
thought?
did. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
I think I did. Because,
Uh-huh.
well, it's important to like see yourself succeeding, like what that would be like. I think you need
Mm-hmm.
that kind of like psychological boost. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to see how things might play out correctly.
Yeah. So basically today you reached out because you needed some practice, and I am gonna be sort of a punching bag today
Oh.
to train with you. So the formats, guys, I have a command format for my chat. So basically, we are playing 12 games, four 5+1s, followed by four 3+1s, followed by three 1+1, with a very small break in between the segments. Am I
Right, so
correct?
basically like a mock match that they would have in the SCC.
Mm-hmm.
It's shorter than the normal one, but okay, I'll just give us some good practice with the games. And
Yeah.
guys, make no mistake, I'm not the favorite today. Lefong
I'm
is a
not the
very,
favorite either.
very good blitz player. I mean, it's clear if we were playing without increment, then I think I'd be huge underdog today. With increment,
You
it's
are so
closer.
humble. You're too
No,
humble.
well,
You're playing the card of the underdog here, so I have all the pressure on my stream. I'm gonna wait for you to be muted to clarify things out. That I'm gonna let them know who's their favorite.
all right, here we go. Let's start with King's Indian. Okay, four pawn attack. This is what Lefong usually plays. So this is expected. Though I haven't looked at this in a while. Maybe I should have prepared it for today. sure this is an idea I looked at in the past. It's kind of yeah, it's really dangerous for white, especially if you're not sure what to do here, because now if anything takes on b5, I'm going to take on e4. Like if bishop takes b5, I'm gonna go knight e4, knight takes e4, and then f5. If he takes with this knight, we can even throw in bishop takes c3. So probably has to take with the c knight. And then we're gonna go either f5 or bishop f5 might be possible too. I think f5 makes sense. Then we win back the piece, open up the rook on the f file. I think it's a pretty reasonable position. Okay, do we want to take or throw in the check first? I think just take. I don't know if we want to give check yet.
Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime might perpetrate next? He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of this suicidal maniac.
Bishop a6, actually. Maybe just trade these bishops off. Okay, let's play this kind of Benko style. Need to hurry up a bit here. Okay, just trying to put pressure now. I think we're in good shape. Because White's rook is really out of the game. Now we have e2, rook e1, takes, e1. But e2 takes, so we can promote. Oh, it looks like he missed that one. I think that's it, right? Yeah, gotta be over. Okay. GG. That felt good. So I wasn't sure what's going on in that position, but it felt like actually we played it all right. Okay. Oh man, are we just gonna have are we just gonna have a King's Indian blitz match? Because that would be great. I would definitely be all for this. We didn't plan on doing a King's Indian theme match. I didn't realize. I thought he was gonna play more like the Benoni style, but no, this is gonna be King's Indian. Okay, let's try here. Okay, here we go. Well, now we have a Benoni. Actually, I'm not really sure if this is exactly what I wanted. Maybe I'll try this one. Okay, h4. Can go knight e4. Or knight back to e2. Let's go knight e4. I think I just want to keep it kind of more straightforward. Although it does let him take a pawn actually on p2. I didn't, not fully sure what's happening here. My idea is just to take, play bishop g5 and go for some kind of initiative. So bishop f5. I think if bishop g5, I'm getting hit with f6. Knight g5, there's going to be some rook takes e3 stuff. Okay, gotta hurry up here. he can have this tempo knight b4. This is actually often not a great move for black, because then you just go back queen d2, and then the knight gets kicked later anyway. The knight on b4 can sometimes be good, but sometimes against the queen on d2 it feels a little dominated. So this knight often wants to go back to c7, and then black tries to play for a b5. f5. Just going to improve the bishop. Let's just keep the tension here for a sec. The next move can be like rook e1. Could trade also, actually. I don't think that's... Yeah, but then he gets to take with his rook. Yeah, I like queen d2 better. Thanks, Charlie. Let's try this one. I just want to get the knight to f4. Takes, we always have rook b1. Does allow him to go b5, which is definitely risky, but I just felt like it was time to do something active. Now maybe we will take and play knight f4, queen h6. Oh, g5. Wow. Let's get the open G file, but I think we had to take. Could have played f4 also. Things are definitely going to get really crazy now. Shoot. Just trying to open things up, get some counterplay. go here, maybe? Maybe I'll attack on the king side. Oh no. I don't want to get trapped. Oh yeah, this got way out of hand. Oh, that's an exchange. Yeah, this is completely over. Yeah. Oh man, that one really got away from us. All right, let's just keep it going. Let's keep the King's Indian going. I'll try this move now. Yeah, I don't have a ton of experience in these kinds of positions, so they're pretty dangerous for black. But I'm just hoping I can hold my own here. Let's go a6. Oh, I gotta be careful about it. Let's go rook c instead. Try to play for this c4 plan. Because if we played b5, I think e5 there might have been a real problem. I don't know, actually. Maybe I could just take d6. Yeah, I just have no idea. Something I should look at. Okay, let's go b5. Just coming. we can go h5 here. Not sure if this is the right position for that. Maybe it is actually. Let's try it. This is going to be an educational experience. Or I should say an experimental experimental game. Okay, let's just come in. I don't really know what's happening here. I'm just trying to be active and unpleasant. Sand streams, I'm afraid not. You will have to just wait for it comes out until it comes out on YouTube. Maybe here? I don't know if this is going to be a great Kings Indian game, to be honest. Might not be one of the greats. Oh man, I don't know. I don't like my time situation. What a crazy position. Oh no, this is not good. Yeah, this is just bad. Oh well. Crazy. Oh man. All right, one more in this time control. All right, let's try to take down the King's Indian. Oh, going full Benoni. All right, let's play this one. See, I told you guys, Lefong is good. He's very good. Very solid. And now we're the exact same ratings. That's funny. Hey, Premier Chess. Thanks for the raid. Okay, Queen D2 is important in this system, so we have Bishop H6 against any Knight H7 ideas. We actually do want to trade the Dark Sword bishops in this position. We don't always want to trade them, but we do in this case. Okay, let's take. Just 93. Try to put the knight on c4. Maybe we can use this. Maybe attack d6. I don't know. Yeah, no, Lefong is super dynamic. Really, really sharp player. That's honestly, that's one of the main reasons I wanted to play him, because I think his style is very, very difficult to deal with. He's so sharp and yeah, always willing to take risk. Okay, let's take this one. I think he has to go GF. C4. We are hanging the G2 pawn, but then I just want a castle. Yeah, Lefong is an absolute beast when it comes to blitz. Okay, let's just castle. Might be a little bit risky. He can go like king h8 here, rook g8, but feels like that's the thing to do. I can also play queen f4 somewhere. Okay, e5. Let's play here. Gotta go f4 now. Yeah, I feel like he's thinking on my time, and I'm not sure if that's fair. We didn't really talk about that. No, just kidding. Okay, queen d4 is kind of annoying. Let's go king h1. Okay, this is such a good square. How could I not take it? Queen g7, queen f2. Rook e7 maybe. Has to be good for white. This, I feel like we're too active in the center. G4. Let's go here. We gotta like open up this diagonal. So it takes, I take on f6. Yes, he goes here. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Really ugly move, but what else to do? Oh shoot. Missed that one. Oh man. Oh, bummer. My bad. Oh, I totally missed knight takes h2. Okay, quick break, and we go to the 3-1. Okay, guys. We could stick to the King's Indian, just try to get a little bit more experience. No, let's play Nimzo. Let's play something simple. At f3. Yeah, I know he likes this one. I feel like I'm totally messing something up here. But that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Starting right now. Sound was the weapon, all right?
What could it have been?
I don't know, but let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm definitely just improvising here. So I don't know how this is going to work out. Feels okay for one pawn. This just looks like... Oh no, he can block. Hmm. He has takes bishop f2. Okay, we'll go here. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, terrible. Yeah. Try drawing. Oh yeah, actually that's a good idea. Oh man. All right, back to the drawing board. Yeah. Let's try this one again. You guys got rich betting against me. Unbelievable. I actually play this for black, and rook c1 is kind of a dangerous move. Yeah, I'm used to seeing this position from black's point of view. That's tough. It's gonna be 4 games of each time control. 5-1, 3-1, 1-1. 5. Pretty sure I can take here. I think I can take this one. Sometimes black has this f4 trick, but here f4 we have knight takes c6. I remember looking at this from black's point of view and seeing that it wasn't working. Hoping this is the same position. I'm not I don't quite remember. Okay, takes. That's fine. Oh, actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is very confusing. Yeah, I thought I had this covered, but... Oh, man. Oh, no. Alright, I'll go here. I don't know. It's terrible. Just opening disaster. When I get games like this, I just want to like resign. Like, all right, I guess I'll check it later. Take. Oh no. Well, that's mate. Wow, nice. Nice. Oh, that was good. Okay. Well, let's try this guy again. E5. E5 makes sense. Man, 4-pawn attack, I don't know. These positions are always so sharp. Hmm. Yeah, this is not good. Okay. Wow. I think I might just be busted here. Oh man. Yeah, so dangerous. It's crazy what to do. this one. Nah, it just takes on e6. Yeah. You can just take. Oh man, brutal. All right, one more. This is why we're here, guys. This is why we fight. Okay, let's try this one. Try the same-ish. Indeed, this is just training. So I guess the idea is the more I lose today, the less I lose later. That's kind of the point. 95, h3. Now I'm kind of waiting for h5 to go bishop g5. I don't think I'm winning the hair duel, guys. I don't think that there's any competition there. Alright, we gotta take this one. But now I think we just go back and play for restriction. So we're threatening f4 maybe. Yeah, no, Vishnu, I mean it. I mean, I felt for a while that, yeah, 4-pawn attack is dangerous, especially in Blitz, so these games will be really useful to look at. Okay, he wants to give the second pawn, which is fine. Main thing I'm learning, of course, is that I just need to play a lot if I want to be competitive in Blitz. Let's push. Just gonna go h4. queen f2, maybe we have bishop e3. Don't like that I gave that pawn.
Are you leaving me?
We're all leaving.
All right, that's fine. At least we made a draw. Ended the suffering. Let's just try not to get shut out, guys, okay? Let's just try to get points on the board. All right, here we go. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Just trying to play fast. Fast and bad. I think we're okay, actually. Maybe I should have taken... Oh, that's fine. We can definitely feel good about. Oh, that's a blunder. All right. Okay, we got one. Nice. Kind of saw that one coming. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, he has d5 though. Shoot, I missed d5. Oh well. Oh man. Brutal. Oh no. Oh no, I messed this one up so bad. Oh, yeah, just remote. Yeah. Oh well. Bummer. Alright, 2 more. I'm pretty sure this is totally fine for black. Well, I gotta like my chances here. So we go rook d3 next. Tricky. Nice. Wow. That was good. I think that's the first like real time scramble that I won. I could just take on f7. It's just winning a piece. It's just silly. All right. Yeah, we got one. Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing an eye tracker. That would be fun.
Hello.
All right, GG's, man.
GG's. It's a good thing the match only lasted 12 games because you were making a little comeback here.
I'm pretty surprised. I mean, I feel like this is actually...
Yeah, and you killed it in bullets. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to speak first, or do you want me to give my thoughts on the match? What do you want to...
Oh yeah, I would love to hear what you have to say. So you said you have about like 30-40 minutes now. You can hang out?
Yeah, let's say 30. Let's say 30 to be safe.
Okay, cool.
So, so what I said before the match began, I thought it was great to play against you because we actually have very similar openings. We both played d4 as white, and we both played the kid as black. So psychologically, it was really hard to play against you because whatever I did in the kid, I feel like you've been there as black, especially in those lines with h3
Right.
and bishop e3. I was actually looking at some of your games when I was playing knight a6, c6, and e5. And the 4 pawns, I mean, I know that you know it pretty well because we have played in the classical match and you came in with queen e7. I've never seen this move in my life. And yeah, so I actually thought you had better prep and you had better openings in general, especially as white. But I feel that in the time scramble, you were struggling to keep the composure and try to not blunder. So I felt like the match should have been a lot closer than it was, simply because of those time scrambles.
Yeah, no, that definitely felt like just the weakest part of my game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, once we got down to seconds, it was just a nightmare. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should just play a bunch of bullet between now and the match?
So I don't think it's necessarily bullet, but just blitz in general. Like maybe play a lot of 3-0, and because the thing is, the mindset between 3-0 and 3-1 is completely different. I didn't feel that nervous today because I felt like, okay, it's just a friendly match. I'm taking it seriously, but in my mind, I'm still, just going with the flow.
Yeah.
But when you're playing 3-1, like you still really have to be in that shape of like classical chess and trying to find best moves. And I have a feeling that like yourself as a classical player, like I don't think you play blitz as much as other people and always play bullet. Like you're more a serious type of player. It's really hard to put yourself in that mindset of 3-0. But if you do, then you force yourself to play faster and accept the fact that your moves won't be best moves,
Right.
but at least they won't be blunders. So be practical about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's my feeling. And it is something that's so hard to, like, do you want to become that type of player? Not really, but maybe for the tournament, you kind of have to when situation arises.
Well, yeah, I mean, I look at someone like JB, like John Bartholomew, and he's like such a good blitz player, but he somehow he doesn't feel like a blitz player to me. It feels like he's still playing like classical in his games. He's just like ultra solid. But no, I totally get what you're saying. I feel like for me, even when we're down to like under a minute, something about the online board, if it's not my move, I find myself like checking out. Like I'm not calculating, not using like every possible second to like, I found that I did better when I was like kind of forcing myself to like try to anticipate your moves, obviously. It seems like such an obvious thing, but I felt like I had to keep reminding myself to do that I would just kind of like almost zone out a bit.
Another thing that I have to point out is that when you look at our match and you're telling yourself, oh, I didn't do well in the time scramble. Like, let's say he was a faster player, but it's not necessarily true because the issue is that if you notice our time scramble, it's not 20 seconds versus 20 seconds. It's often like 40 seconds versus 20 seconds. So
you had more time.
So maybe it's, and this is why when you ask me, should you play bullet? I think it's also playing 3-0 games, but getting into the habit of not falling behind the clock, because when you're down on time, like people sometimes underestimate how time is so much valuable, even compared to material. Like you could play like a brilliant game like you did in most of the games against me and be up a pawn or two, but somehow in time scramble, like I have so much time. Remember the game you were white and I had an awful Benoni with like the F and H pawn? And
yeah.
So I played the Benoni, and I had my both knights on the 7th. You played rook e7,
Right.
and you had such a beautiful game.
Yeah.
But by that time you had maybe under a minute, and I had like 2 minutes, and you went for b4, and then it went like I just went h3. But in the classical game, you would never lose that position, right? You would just find the right move to defend. But in the blitz, it's tricky. So when you have under a minute and I have 2, even if you're up a pawn or 2 in this position, it's so tough to like find the right moves to defend. And I guess it's going to depend on your opponent. Like I represent the opponent who like is really tactical and sharp, and I guess it was kind of a good test for you.
Oh yeah.
Because if you play against someone super aggressive, then like it's good practice.
No, for sure. Yeah, I feel like if I go up against someone who has a similar style to me, I can maybe outplay them and then, have that edge. But yeah, you're like very, very sharp and testing, which is why I felt like this was a great training opportunity, because you did exactly what I wanted you to do. You played like super sharp, super aggressive. Yeah. And when you got when I felt like, okay, I'm winning now, you always found tricks to keep the game going, which is really important. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, I'm sure I definitely didn't score 100% in the positions where I was like +5 or something, which
yes.
is,
and you had many of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. There were a couple moments where I just spent like 30 seconds on a move, because I'm looking for something concrete, but like I don't see what to do, and then I just end up making a normal move anyway. But I burned 30 seconds, and yeah, can definitely then just use that later. So I got to get better at sniffing out those moments.
I mean, when you think about it, you usually have good prep, and you usually are very comfortable in the openings that you play. You play your openings, and your openings really well. And this is supposed to almost give you like an edge over the clock, at least in the opening part, against your opponents. So it's already something to build on, that you have good prep and stuff, and you don't have to spend time in the opening. And I feel that the part where you start to be better after the opening, it's hard to play chess when you're better, because when you're better, you actually have pressure to keep your advantage.
Yeah.
When you're down a pawn, you're just going with the flow, and it doesn't matter, right? Whatever you do, the eval is not going to go your way, so you just try to find some tricks. But when you're up a pawn, you have a feeling that psychologically you can't lose that edge, and you're spending time to keep your advantage. And this is where it's tricky. Like maybe find some practical move to keep your advantage, but maybe not convert it right away. Just make sure to get into a position that you can still work with. And but if we look at the games, I think it would be super interesting to look at how you could have converted some of them. Especially the one where I'm talking about, with the F and H pawn, where I felt I was completely lost, and I don't know what happened, and suddenly I was winning.
We should definitely take a look at that one.
There's a four pawns games that was completely crazy. I had my 4 pawns lined up on the 5th rank, and I was on the verge of getting mated. You had 2 passed pawns on the queen side. That one was really interesting too. Many interesting games, actually.
Yeah, I didn't even I said this earlier. I didn't even realize it was going to be an all Kings Indian match, but I could have have figured that out. Yeah.
I tried to mix it up with the Benoni, but as a serious player, I definitely want to focus more on the King's Indian and focus more on whatever I did against you with knight a6, c6, and e5.
Which is funny, because those are the same lines I play.
Yeah, so it was kind of a dilemma, because I was like, okay, I know this is the right way to play, but he knows exactly those lines. So am I playing into his prep or something?
No, I think those positions are just good for black. Actually, let's look at let me invite you to this analysis board.
Yeah.
This is one. So this one went really wrong. I'm really actually just curious what happened. Here we go. One sec.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, just wait a sec, Kostya. I have an issue with my layout. Wait a
Oh
sec.
yeah, no worries.
It's not this one. It's that one. I have to close. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. Yeah, we're in.
Cool. So right, this I think is all known theory, but this whole thing with F5.
Can I interrupt you for one moment? I promised my chat that I would ask you before analyzing this game. Am I right that there is a famous idea with knight f4, f5, and when I get attacked, I come back here and it's a giri game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this Giri versus.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna outdo you. Versus, I think it was Esipenko was playing white.
There you go. I have it somewhere in my file, and I remember this idea. Except you played g3 so soon that I wasn't sure what to do afterwards.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I played the critical move.
So after g3, I didn't know how to continue because I saw the tactic if I played f5.
Right.
And I didn't see dc6 obviously. I only saw with knight e5 directly.
Yeah.
So in my mind, f5. Okay, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. But if I don't play it now, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, you just got to take on d5 first, and then you're okay. Because white probably should go cd. And then when you go f5, I don't have this knight takes c6 anymore. But the key idea to know here is you want to play f4.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I've actually won so many blitz games with this trick, so you're welcome in advance. It's just crushing. Yes. You take on h5, black takes on e3, and dark squares collapse. If white takes on f4, you take with the knight, and you have huge counterplay. And here, obviously, there's no knight takes c6 with tempo. So this is why I think what you did isn't supposed to work. But of course, the interesting thing is like I still couldn't figure it out, knowing it's like +2 or +3 or something.
Yeah. So guys, this is a reason why you should tune into ChessDojo, because with me, you're not going to learn these kind of things. So go give them some love, guys. I just learned something. Kostya, I just learned something. This is great.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I mean, you absolutely could do this yourself. It's just like you got to... be willing to like use an engine intelligently. You know, you have to ask the engine questions. Because I just remember analyzing it and it's at like f5, +2 or whatever, and I'm like, okay, why doesn't it work? And then it shows cd5 as like #1 move, and then I'm like, well, why not f5 here? And then turns out, yeah, f5 is okay, and the big difference is because here the engine is not going to show knight takes e5, right? So as black, you have to kind of understand that this is a move your opponent is going to be looking at, of course. So that's why you have to analyze.
So
on your own.
Let's try to punish f5 now.
Yeah. So this, of course, I mean, feels very critical. I'm not sure if knight c6 is right. I mean, maybe white should just take back here and play that position.
But don't I have a really nice pawn structure? Like if I take with the bishop, let's say, like fg3, bishop e5.
Yeah, that doesn't look clear at all to me. So that's what I'm confused about. Is I don't really. Not sure what is supposed to do here.
I don't know what you did was fine because you sacked everything, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see a win for you. I was just praying that like I was not lost. But when you played knight c6, queen e8, rook g1, I had a lot of options, but I saw an option to win a piece and I just went for it. But
oh yeah, I might have actually had something in the game, right? But I spent like so much time here. I mean, it was over already.
Yeah.
Well,
I really don't know what to look at because it's either you take the knight here or you take the pawn on c6. But when you take the pawn on c6 and they go queen e8, you can no longer take the knight because of queen e3 check probably.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you have f4 coming, and the rook is still hanging.
So I have a very interesting question for your chat or even my chat. Let's say you played this in a classical game or even a blitz, and you're really like, you know that f5 is not necessarily a good move. You went wrong. How much time are you going to spend to try to figure out how to punish it before checking the engine? Like, what is your approach to the game analysis usually?
Oh, for the game analysis. So, okay, I might get some flack for this because my co-pilots, Jesse and David, they would say you just study it for days until you figure it out.
For days.
I mean, they would be like, you check it yourself very carefully first. And I think that is probably the thing to do if you're like a maximalist, but like I don't know. For me, it's like I already looked at it during the game, especially a classical game. Like I already looked at this position for 20 minutes and I couldn't figure it out. And then I thought about it for the rest of the game and I still couldn't figure it out, right? So it's like, yeah, like I give up. Let me just check the engine and try to learn. Apparently, a guy like Shankland, he just checks the engine immediately. He doesn't even do postmortems anymore.
Well, maybe Shankland has done his homework and he's such a strong player now that he is trying to focus on something else to improve his game, like maybe openings or, you know, at that level, maybe like they do so many tactics already, or they have this sort of training. Maybe at our level, like we still have a lot of homework to do in terms of calculation, and this is just great for our game. I don't know. Like, so this is why I was asking, because we're analyzing this together, and I was wondering, like, but because I think this is a good approach. Like, I'm not a fan of turning on the engine right away. Even if I look at something with my chat, let's say I just played a game and I lost, I'm gonna try to figure out a little bit. But I'm always gonna confirm with my chat with the engine, because I don't want to say something and that's it, right? I'm always thinking.
So I think that's the sweet spot. I think you have to think about it enough to at least just come up with some conclusion, like that can be checked. So maybe the conclusion is like knight takes e5 doesn't work. Maybe I mix something up, right? And I think I don't see anything for white. I think black is fine, and then you can check that and see if you're right. Or maybe, like, I'm thinking now, well, it is possible that what we got in the game was playable for white,
close
like
to the right approach.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I missed something here. I mean, I had no time to really think about it, but maybe I had some like queen f6 knight e7 or something, you know, like immediately.
Do you have rook e1 knight e7 or rook e1 rook e7?
Oh, rook e1, yeah, actually I totally wow, total blind spot. Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah, that was so, I mean, it's almost resigned.
it does look bad, right?
It is resigned.
Wow.
Well, you're turning rook e8,
right? So bishop b7,
So
rook
I'm
e7, yeah.
Yes, and I'm lost. Okay, maybe we figure it
Maybe
out.
not so
But,
hard.
okay. Well, maybe I don't have to play like this though.
Right.
King h8. I thought for a while here, because you're not threatening anything. Are you threatening anything right now? No, right? So
Yeah.
can I play bishop e6 for an example?
Right. Well, I think my next move was going to be bishop h6.
And then I have to go queen b7. Wait, can I go? No, I have to go queen b7. Otherwise, queen d7, you take and you go knight f6, right? And then at least like rook e1, I might have some rook. No, rook e1, I just take your knight probably.
Take. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's enough.
Such a mess. Such a mess.
Yeah, bishop e6 here feels a lot more critical.
Yeah, so king h8 was a blunder. But like, I don't see any concrete lines for white here, and I think the issue is that knight c5 is coming really quickly, and like I have a feeling I'm going to regroup. Also threatening to take the knight with my bishop.
Yeah, so bishop e6, if knight f4, then just knight c5.
Yes. Or oh, you're going to h5.
Maybe
with the knight,
maybe knight h5 we have.
So maybe rook e8 with the idea to play rook e7.
Right.
Oh, but then you can get an exchange, but I still have two pieces. That's the issue. Yeah, this is such a mess.
Super messy. Let me put on the board because chat's probably wondering. So here.
Oh, but your bishop is on e3 now. Did you mean to put it with the bishop on h6?
No, I was actually thinking just in this moment. I guess I could throw in bishop h6 first. Yeah, that makes sense. If it's just going to be queen b7. So here.
Rook e, knight h5. Rook e7. I mean, yeah, so you can win an exchange, but I don't have a feeling that it's enough. Because you have one pawn right now, you're up a pawn.
Yeah, one pawn. I might take on d6 at some point. I mean, honestly, don't know. Yeah.
can you win the exchange and take on d6?
But the question is, why do we have to take on g7? Why can't I go like rook e1 or something, or even take on d6 right away?
You're right. Maybe take on d6 is the right approach, because you don't need the queen to win an exchange. So the queen can just take a pawn.
Yeah, and then threaten like some checks.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting.
It'd be crazy though if the refutation was like this deep. It shows the dangers of relying on the computer, right? You get to the board.
You probably missed something earlier, but I wouldn't mind turning on the engine.
Let's check it. Yeah.
Okay, somehow I can't turn on the engine, so you just let me know the lines.
Right. Oh, because maybe you're student. So knight takes e5. It doesn't like it. Maybe it doesn't work in this position. Oh my god.
Oh.
I mean, it even says de5, queen h5, f4. So I feel like I've just...
It's a similar idea to the thing you showed me earlier. Just to let the opponent win the pawn and push f4.
Might not be so clear this position, like rook d1. It's basically saying like it's giving black an edge, maybe even more.
Queen e7.
I mean,
but you have to go bishop d2 here, or bishop c1, I guess.
Yeah.
You can't take on f4.
Right. Yeah. No, this is looking really good for black now. Yeah.
Then bishop f5, and I definitely have some comp. But maybe we should run the engine, but from the position where you had an option to take on c6 over here, right? Maybe it's not dc6.
No, I think maybe f5 is just fine here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the engine's saying it's fine. Let me try to figure out what I was talking about, because I remember...
Did I find a novelty on the ChessDojo channel right here?
I bet you it's like right in my notes. Well, let's see. I mean, I've also looked at this position, so maybe this is what I'm thinking about. Here, knight h5, g3. Maybe this is what I'm talking about.
So g3 is something you have looked at.
From black's point of view.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And from black's point of view, you would play cd5 and f5 to avoid any sort of tricks with knight e5, knight c6. But we're wondering now if f5 is still okay.
Exactly. So I think this is maybe the position I'm thinking about. So yeah, here if we go f5.
I'm sorry. Is there a difference between this position and earlier?
So here white played like bishop e2. Instead, in the game, I chose rook c1.
Okay, to be honest with you, I don't remember rook c1 being a move. I remember bishop e2 being a move.
Yeah, rook c1,
because
if I'm not mistaken, was played by Nepo, and some other players. But yeah, it's supposed to be some kind of move. I remember it being like, I think it's the main line in my files, like from black's point of view. Like I consider it the most dangerous move because there's some ideas where white gets like a very quick c5. It's basically just really concrete stuff, but I would bet that this is probably just a critical line, like e5 and knight h5, unless maybe white can do something in this position.
I played it in the spirit of this being the move and not that. I don't know if there's a way to punish it, because I think, is this the Giri game, right? Like with knight here, bishop back to f1, f5. I can show it maybe.
Yeah.
So I think this is what I had in mind, right? Like it's this famous game, right? With 96. And the idea is if you take it, I go f4 and I win the bishop back.
Wait, I think I'm not following your moves. It was bishop e2, e5, d5.
Yeah, knight h5. No,
knight
not
d2.
g3.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah, knight d2.
Gotcha.
And then knight f4.
Right.
Bishop f1. And it seems like the knight is not escaping, but have this beautiful f5 maneuver followed by 96.
Yeah.
This is an idea that I knew before the match. But when you played rook c1, in my mind, I was like, okay, well, the bishop is not threatening the knight on h5. I guess if we go to a similar structure, I just get an improved version. But obviously, when you played your line with rook c1 and we reached that position and you play g3, then I was on my own. I was like, oh, okay, the bishop didn't go to e2. Maybe he wants to go bishop g2. He's preventing knight f4, and f5 looks suspicious, but I don't know what else to do. It's a blitz. Let's just go with the flow.
Yeah. No, basically, I think, yeah, what I looked at was, so in this position against bishop e2, g3, yeah, if black goes f5 here, then I think this is what I was kind of referring to. This is where white can like take and take this one.
Okay.
And
then
let's check the difference. Yeah, take.
And then you go f4. Sorry, in the other line you go f4, but here.
Right. With the pawn still in b7, you would just play f4, and black would be doing really well. Here f4, right? White takes on c6 with tempo, and then
queen e8.
So queen e8, we have.
Oh, but now bishop h5.
We just take
bishop
here.
f3.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
So actually, bishop on e2 just makes a huge difference. And then if this one, we take here. Yeah. Now there's no f4.
So much safer.
Just like rook g1, for example, is.
Wow. Those subtleties, huh? It's the difference between bishop e2 and rook c1.
Yeah, it's very concrete. Here, I guess this one is losing. It's similar to our game. So apparently this is like.
Wow, this one is losing?
This is losing, yeah, for black.
Can we show the chat? Like, why is it losing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious too.
Yeah, rook f7.
So queen d4.
And is your knight just coming to f4 really quickly?
Oh, we're taking and giving this check and taking this.
Ah, wow. Wow. Even if I go queen b7, you take twice, and then you go queen d5. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much just from my game. It's really great. So what is the conclusion? That after rook c1,
I think what you did is absolutely fine.
It's less desirable to play g3 then. Here.
Well, g3 might be okay, but here I should play differently. I should take on f5, and I think play like bishop g5, or maybe even knight g5. There's always like bishop g5, knight g5, maybe even knight h4, and these moves all have their kind of different. If I remember correctly, this is like a Nepo Audubon game. And
okay.
And yeah, it's like super unclear.
Knight g5 forces my knight to go back to f6 because f4 is really dangerous, right? f4 and queen h5, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe knight f6, and I feel like there's like bishop g2. Right, and then white's always ready to like jump in knight e6 if asked. Anyway, yeah, so many nuances, so a lot to look at. This is just one game.
Yes.
Maybe we should look at that other one, that Benoni. That was a 5-minute game.
I think it's one of the 5-minute games. The one where I had like. The one I had a knight on f7 and d7.
Yeah, I got it.
It was a sad game for the knights.
So just sent you an invite to this other game.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Got it. Okay, so you have to clear. Okay, so is knight h7, h4, and f5 okay in this structure? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, very typical idea. I mean, it comes up in like the f3 Benoni too.
Yes.
So if the pawn was on f3 already, yeah, this would definitely be an idea.
Do you remember our game from 2016?
Yeah.
Something similar happened, right?
Yeah, we basically, I think it was very similar structure. We had like f3 King's Indian or maybe f3 Benoni, but it was essentially just this structure, like just Benoni King's Indian hybrid. Yeah, I mean, these positions are always super sharp. I think I was doing fine.
Well, okay, so that's one thing. I'm not supposed to be happy about going GF in those structures, right? I'm usually want to play bishop takes, but I couldn't figure out how to get it, because the thing is, when you played that move, it was so strong because you're just threatening to go here, and my knights are just not in a position to fight against your knights, right?
Yeah, actually, my understanding is that white is very happy to trade the bishops off. So maybe what you could do is play like rook e8 first, so that you can always go like bishop h8. That might give you more like a more dynamic game. I'm sure there's exceptions, but in this structure, it feels like once the dark square bishops get traded off, then black's king always just feels like very loose in the long run.
Yes. So I kind of regretted this decision, and we can maybe jump to the structure where, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, and I think you played so well because knight b6 was really good. It kept my bishop from going to d7 for the whole game, which keeps my rook from fighting, and my knights are just they don't have squares, right? Like they don't have outposts, and it's really a rough, tough game here.
Yeah, I mean, no, I felt really good for sure. Definitely. So here is actually where I kind of did, I think, what I should do, where I just wanted to simplify and just get like but you know, maybe I don't have to take, I don't know.
I'm sure there is a lot of way to convert your advantage, but I like the fact that you tied my queen to the pawn, rook e7. I mean, it feels right.
Yeah, this all felt
like
right. So this is the critical moment. Yeah.
So did you think about taking on b7?
I think so. And then just doubling on the 7th rank?
Sure, because I have a feeling that the queen on f2, when it went away, it gave me a chance to play the queen on the g file, because I didn't have to defend h4 anymore, and that was a source of my counterplay. But I have a feeling that as long as your queen is on f2, I don't have much, right? Like you're defending g3. If I ever play h3, you just go g3.
Right.
I was gonna play maybe knight g4, but I don't know how, like against the rook b7, maybe knight g4.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Like I was also thinking rook 1 e6 to try to take d6. But then you go knight g4, takes fg, and you have like g3 coming. And it felt very just unclear to me. Yeah. Well, ultimately, what I was trying to do is somehow find a way to activate my knight on c3. I just felt like this is my worst piece by far, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Okay, so I have one idea here.
Yeah.
Rook e6, knight g4, and queen here to guard this pawn and to guard this square. So I don't ever have this kind of sack that I had during the game.
Oh, queen e1.
And you are still, and you're still threatening both moves here. And I'm completely tied.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's a free square for your queen. And obviously, when we have a lot of time, we can figure out this kind of idea. But I have a feeling that guarding this pawn is key in this structure. So my queen really can't move.
No, that makes so much sense. Yeah, I mean, like, because I can go for this check whenever I want. I don't have to like force it. But yeah, it's just so nice to just keep this tied down. I mean, I imagine you would just play h3 at some point because you don't want to just hold on to this.
But then you play g3, and I don't even see if let's say I were to play h3, you play g3. As long as your queen is here, I don't see how I'm breaking in, and you're just gonna have fun, like
just start taking stuff. Yeah,
pawns here. Because I have a feeling that the momentum shifted. I'm not saying b4 is bad. I'm just saying that allowing this gives me hope.
No,
this is all I'm saying.
No, I totally agree. Right? I mean, no, it was very clear because I also spent a lot of time on b4, and then it just slid downhill. So it was like just a very obvious. Maybe I should get better just catching myself when I'm thinking about like some kind of long move. To just try to focus.
So I'm not saying it's the right approach, but let's say I were to be white in this position, and this is something that I do in blitz. In classical chess, I would obviously look for the best move. But let's say in blitz, I'm in your shoes, and I know I have not a winning position, but like such a comfortable position. Right. If let's say b4 has a chance to give me a +3 or a 0, and rook takes b7 gives me a +1, I play rook. The rook e6 gives me a +1. I play this move immediately because in a blitz game, I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to defend. Like if I know that this position gives me an advantage, I just go for it, and I don't have to spend an extra 30 seconds on b4, let's say. And this is the mindset I'm talking about, and this is the difference between classical chess and blitz, I guess. Because in classical chess, you would just play the best move all the time. or try to play the best move at least, of course. And have this mindset. In blitz, you kind of accept that maybe rook e6 is not best, but at least you're not giving your opponent any counterplay. And limiting your opponent's counterplay in blitz is so important, I feel. And
well, especially this queen e1 move, I mean, is really strong because it just, then the knight on g4 is just kind of like floating. It's just not, yeah.
Yes.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
But so I have a feeling that maybe the tables turned, but I don't know what is the exact evaluation and if before concretely was the best. Might have been. But this is such a gorgeous position for white here. And I was really sad here. I was like, oh my goodness, look at all my pieces. They all fit in this little box.
Right.
And you have everything. You have the file, you have the, and
yeah.
And in the match it's psychological, right? Because I think we went into the 3-1 portion, 3-1 for me.
Right.
But this affects the match. Like if it's 3-1 for you, I lose sort of my confidence. Let's say this opening I would have this bad opening in the back of my head a lot more if I lost this game, right? Winning this game, I'm like, okay, it was a bad opening, but I won, so let's just try something else. But if I lose this game and it's 3-1 for you, I'm gonna say, oh, I can't solve this guy. Benoni doesn't work, King's Indian doesn't work. I'm getting worse position and I'm getting outplayed. So psychological factor is really important. And I have a feeling that during your speed chess championship that you're gonna have, depending on your opponent, depending on the match situation, that's another skill to have, right? To try to bounce back from being down in a match and not let the past affect your future games. Because I have a feeling that today, you definitely played good. I think if you look on paper, the games we had, you were probably doing better in most of them, even in the 3+1 portion. It's just that I was swindling and maybe the 5+1 didn't go your way and you lost kind of your part of your confidence.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think the momentum really matters. It's just, yeah, I mean, because you just have to play really fast, and then like next game you just got to keep playing fast and making quick decisions and pulling the trigger on stuff. So yeah, it's not easy if you're kind of like second guessing.
Yeah, and when the bullet portion came, I have a feeling that maybe at that point, like the match was already done because I had 6.5, and maybe you told yourself, well, match is done, let's have some fun. And when you finally had some fun, you started beating me. So maybe without the pressure,
No, actually, I don't know if it was fun. I didn't even think about the score. No.
Oh, okay.
I just thought like clearly to me, I felt like the bullet phase is my worst part of the game so far. Because I felt like I was at least playing okay in the early middle of the game and coming up. But so then I felt like, well, this is what I have to work on. So this is the best opportunity. Like let's really focus on these blitz games.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought I actually thought like you're gonna continue. Because like the 5-1, it was like kind of back and forth, and 3-1 you just dominated, and then I thought, well, 1-1 is gonna get even worse. I'm just gonna get like plowed 4-0. So I thought like, okay, let's really like try to like make them beat me and try to be on it. To get some good practice. But
no, but it was definitely like an interesting match.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think I have to go soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But hey, it was really a great collab with you. I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna hang up this call and maybe talk with my chat just a little bit before. And I'm gonna make sure to send you a raid when I finish. But it shouldn't be that long. You're gonna keep on going.
Yeah,
for a little
sounds
bit,
good.
right?
I'll be here for another half hour.
Kostya, best of luck for your speed chess championship, guys. I'm going to type the comment one last time, exclaim Kostya to follow ChessDojo Live. We had a great lecture on the King's Indian today. Thank you so much for this. And hey, if you need any kind of practice in the future, I will always be here. If you want to give any lecture to this channel on the King's Indian, I will be here. And so will my chat will be my chat will be there as well. So it was really great.
Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I just set up the follow command. You guys should make sure to follow Lefong as well. If you're in the dojo chat, he is streaming all the time and streaming with lots of different people and doing different stuff and studying and playing classical games. So yeah, thank you so much, Lefong, for doing this. This was great. And I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Oh, yeah, talk to you soon.
All right, see ya.
Bye-bye.